Yes, good afternoon, everybody. What's happening? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you guys and gals. We are here to discuss the day's Manchester United news and goings-on and team news and reaction to Ten Hag's presser and some of the latest big issues at the football club. We're going to get into it raw here. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody, this afternoon who's live here in the chat. We have got Mr. Must Play, Red Olsen, Max Martinez, Kieran, Johnny M. What's happening there? Duncan Belifo, Diang Sham, Must Play, Tommy Boyle. Get in there, my son. How you doing there? United as well. Let's be having you, Mr. Jonathan Gallagher. How are you? Johnny, Momo Mimo. Let's go, Mr. Rob362. United, Brucey Bruce, Nas786, Johnny M, Disco Dave, Naif Alanazi, and everybody else as well. Thank you very much for getting in this afternoon's show. Do us a favour at the start of this show. Share it around. Give us a massive share wherever you can. Put it out there in the world. Give it a share on your page and whatnot. Make sure you do give us a little cheeky like as well at the start of this show. Smash that thumbs up button, everyone. Drop a like on it. You know it makes sense. And if you're new, of course, hit the subscribe button. But yeah, feel free to give it a share on Twitter. The link is pinned to the top of the live chat there. If you want to just retweet that post for the show, you can retweet that. We will shout you all out a bit later on, everyone who has done that. So thank you so much. Howard, how you doing? Stay gold. Get in there. Naif Alanazi. Hello, Tommy Boyle, my son. Henrik Rugman, Animalistic, and everybody else as well who's in here. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, comment. Get your thoughts in throughout the show. It's an interactive channel. We'll be going in there raw with the latest news. Okay, then. Come on then, United. Crystal Palace coming up this weekend, guys. Team news coming out for Manchester United. And it is not good news, really, in regards to injuries and problems that we've got. Ten Hag having to talk about it earlier on, issuing statements suggesting that we've got a whole bunch more injury problems now, guys. It's an absolute travesty, isn't it? So we'll get onto the Antony stuff in a minute, to be fair, because that is obviously the big sort of news of the afternoon. But in regards to the team news, the rest of the team news, Lisandro Martinez out for several months, guys. What an absolute shitter piece of news that is. That is horrendous. Couldn't be any more terrible news, really, could it? I mean, in regards to an important player for us out for an extended period of time. Another player injured, yet another player to add to the many injured players we've had this season. And this is what it means for United, basically. We probably have to play a fucking human slab at some point. But Lisandro Martinez will be out of action for an extended period due to an aggravation of the foot injury he suffered in April. The Argentinian defender experienced the setback in Premier League game against Arsenal earlier this month, Man United reports. Oh my goodness me. It's absolutely horrible, guys. What a terrible time for this to happen as well, because we need this guy. He's obviously basically our best defender, along with Rafael Varane. Without those two at the back, we look like a bunch of absolute crumble jobs. The Vutinator, thank you, bro. He says we got 25 likes. Keep hitting the thumbs ups, everyone. If you haven't done so, drop a cheeky little like spike on it. You know it makes sense. Thank you very much, Vuti. But yeah, I mean, look, obviously, it's a big loss, isn't it? Lisandro Martinez, all we can hope for him is that he gets back to it soon. Hashtag get well soon, the butcher, because we do need him back in the side as soon as possible. But I guess it's right that he gets this addressed, heals up properly, comes back when he's 100% fit, rather than be in the situation where he's just always nursing an injury. Because I think it's fair to say that since he's come back this season, I guess he hasn't looked quite the same level as he was last year. And I think that's because he's been nursing this foot problem for a heck of a long time. So get well soon to the butcher, Lisandro Martinez. And also, it's not just Lisandro Martinez where there's injury problems as well. It's Reguilon as well, guys. Sergio Reguilon, a new signing for us, obviously loan signing, has had a very, very good time at Manchester United so far, and looks very good and been an important player for us in this period where we've had so many injuries. People like Luke Shaw out, people like Malacia out, and obviously Sergio Reguilon has been an important addition to that squad. But he is now reported to be injured out until potentially at least the international break, after the international break, which is a calamity. And here's a report that says United will assess Sergio Reguilon ahead of their second game against Crystal Palace on Saturday. But it's not looking too good for Sergio Reguilon right now. So heck of a lot of injury problems going on right now, guys. Heck of a lot of injury issues taking place. And it's an absolute shambles. So United will assess the situation with Sergio Reguilon. Martinez is out for a long time. I mean, just look at this list of players that Man United have had, players injured so far this season. This is what Erik ten Hag's had to sort of contend with this season. Check this out. So it's just match week 6, but the number of injuries Erik ten Hag has had to deal with so far this season is crazy. New striker injured, Højlund. New CM injured, Mount. DM injured, Amrabat. Both left-backs injured, Shaw and Malacia. Emergency backup left-back injured, Reguilon. Left centre-back injured, Martinez. Right centre-back injured, Varane. Right centre-back injured, Maguire. Right-back injured, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Right winger injured, Ahmad. CM injured, Mainu. And beyond that, then you've had this issue with Antony and Sancho and all this sort of stuff. It's like, crikey, we have not really had a whole set of players to choose from for the entire season so far. We've had a mad period of injuries, and it's really not helped us at all. It's that's got to be said. I mean, I know we've had a sloppy, bad start to the season, but when you actually look at all of these injury problems that we've got, where all of these players have been out for a significant amount of time, it does, I think, perhaps, not justify, but it does make you understand why Manchester United have had such a shit start to the season, really. We have had a bit of a cash time of it with injuries. And Tommy Boyle is spot on. He says, good job we gave Johnny that one-year contract. Never known anything like it with injuries. Exactly. So, Johnny Evans coming into the side, obviously, is a big player for us. Now, you see the centre-back position is a big problem area for us. Hopefully Varane's going to be back fit and everything and ready to play consistently for us during this period because we need him. Let's just say he is. Like, who are you putting alongside Rafael Varane there, guys, in the team? If we're playing a back 4 anyway, and we've got a left back and a right back, which I don't know if that's even that realistic. We might end up playing something along the lines of what we saw in the game against Crystal Palace the other day, where we played a back 3 essentially, and then you've got Dalot, and you've got players like Amrabat going in and doing a job back there and stuff like that. Like, it's possible that we see something like that, but let's just say, what would your defence look like is what I'm asking in this particular time. Get your thoughts in the live chat. Who would you select in the back line at this moment, based on the fact that there is serious injury problems? Lindelof says United, so he'd have Lindelof alongside Rafael. Lindelof says now 786. Evans. Disco Davis means Evans looked good the other day, didn't he, when he played? Had a very, very decent game against Burnley. Lindelof says Red Olsen. Johnny Evans has to be, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, Lindelof struggled with something not long ago, so maybe he gets an injury too. Big concern, isn't it? Yeah, 2 to 3 months for Lissandro Duncan-Bolifo. Absolute shit show, my lad. Absolute shit show. Tommy says Dalot, Varane, Evans, Lindelof. I like your style, yeah. That's fair. Dalot can play left back. Lindelof can play right back if you need him to. Then you've got Varane and Evans going in the middle. Now, that is a great shout there, Tommy Boyle. But we may see something like I say the other day against Palace in the Cup, where we've sort of played a few at the back there rather than playing a conventional sort of back 4. And you might see something like that happen. But I agree, that is a good potential back line if we are playing a back 4 that Tommy Boyle's put in the chat there. Dalot on the left, Varane, Evans and Lindelof on the right. That's probably the one, isn't it? Based on who's available and what we can do at this moment. We have seen Lindelof a few times play at right back for us. So that does make a bit of sense. Red Olsen says Amrabat and Casemiro will also dip in and out for a shift. Good shout. Buddy Guy says if we're playing Evans, might as well play Pallister as well, says Buddy Guy. Hey, look, Pallister can still do a job, mate. Decent player, mate. Decent player. Yes, Travadinho says that's the one. Absolutely, absolutely. How are you doing today, Travadinho? Get in there, my son. Dennis Law says Brucey Bruce. Right, we're getting a little bit too far back these days. But all I was saying is you've got to give Ten Hag a little bit of the benefit of the doubt with how we started this season, because Just look at all of these injuries. It's absolutely obscene. And it's just getting even worse, really, with other players now getting injured for long term. Like Martinez is out for a significant amount of time. Reguilon's out now. It's a nightmare. Ten Hag refusing to give too much sort of information away in regards to the injury issues, just in case opposition teams try to exploit us, etc. This is via Laurie Whitwell, who says that Erik Ten Hag refuses to give details of the injuries because he considers the injuries medically confidential and only the person affected can reveal a diagnosis. Ten Hag also wants the information not to be divulged to his opponents in order to maintain some mystery and avoid targeting during matches. So I don't know too much in regards to the actual specifics of these injuries right now because we're keeping our cards close to our chest. It's a player-doctor confidentiality situation, and it's also something that we don't want to divulge to opposition teams in case they target it, I suppose. So quite interesting there. Let's just get on to some of the other things that Ten Hag was asked about during the presser today. So he was asked about a couple of big situations. Before we get onto the Antony stuff, I'm just going to talk about the Sancho situation for 1 minute. Sancho, he was asked about Jadon Sancho, what's going on with Jadon Sancho, and he said, I have said everything in regards to Jadon Sancho. He doesn't want to talk about Jadon Sancho. He says, I've already said everything. He says he gets asked a lot about Jadon Sancho. He's already said everything. He was asked again about Jadon Sancho. He said, again, I have said everything. So pretty clear, really. He's not happy with Jadon Sancho unless Jadon Sancho is basically prepared to apologise and do the right thing and try and work hard and eat a shit sandwich for a while and work his way back into the team. He's probably never going to play for Manchester United again. Do you think Jadon Sancho will end up apologising, guys? Do you think he'll end up apologising? You know what he needs to do? He just needs to swallow his pride. He needs to get a nice bouquet of flowers together, right, for Mr. and Mrs. Ten Hag. He needs to write a little, like not a love letter, but an apology letter here. He needs to write an apology letter and put it inside a I'm sorry card. He needs an I'm sorry card. He needs to go there, knock on Erik Ten Hag's door, wearing his nicest suit and his shiniest clogs. And he needs to say, I'm sorry, Erik. He needs to crawl on his hands and knees. And he needs to say, please forgive me, Don Erik of Netherlandshire. Please forgive me, sir, for I have sinned. I am a melter, and I apologise, and I'm a lazy bastard. And you know what? I'm going to sort myself out. And if you're prepared to forgive me, I'm prepared to work my fingers, my toes to the bone for this team. And you will see that over the next 2 months. I don't expect to get back in the side anytime soon because I'm a letdown. I'm a letdown and a disgrace. But if you give me that opportunity and allow me to try, I will prove to you that I'm prepared to work harder than anybody in this squad and be an asset to this team and show you and prove to you in training that I deserve a selection in the team. King Erik Ten Hag. I refuse to let my career fall down the shitter and be another Ravel Morrison. Please, will you bestow me the chance of playing football once again to you, sir? Please. I will even come round your house during the match and wash your car out on your driveway, mate, so for when you get back, it's nice and shiny. If you're not taking the car, that is. Otherwise, I'll polish Mrs. Ten Hag's car. Wait, that sounded a bit wrong. But you know what I mean. I'll mow your lawns. I'll come round and mow your lawns, Erik Ten Hag, mate. You know, I'll do some house chores around your gaff, lad, to help out. If you're prepared to do that and let me do that, I'll do all of that. I'll be on tea-making duty. We'll give Maguire some other duty instead of tea-maker duty. I'll take over from Maguire in terms of making the teas and coffees around the gaff. Maybe we can put Harry Maguire on light bulb changing duty because he's such a big, tall melt. What do you reckon, Erik? Please forgive me. So that's what I'm thinking, guys, really. I do believe that there is only one way that Jadon Sancho gets back into the side, and that is if he swallows his pride and says, I'm sorry, and really means it. You know, it might sound a bit extreme, but I think he's got to make a big gesture at this stage and try and apologise. It's not going to happen, though, is it? Let's be honest, it's not going to happen. I can't see Jadon Sancho even bothering, really. Do the laundry exactly there, Howard Garrix. Precisely, do the bloody laundry. You know, so I think that's it. That's what's going to happen to Jadon Sancho if he's not careful. He's going to go from being an England international, a Manchester United footballer. He's going to go from being a footballer to being a bloody handyman, this twat, if he's not careful. You know what I mean? Wearing overalls with a fucking spanner in his pocket. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to be fair to him, he'll be the most highly paid handyman going out there. There's not many handymen I know on £350,000 a week, the twat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Henrik says you're right. He won't be back probably. He probably won't be back because that's the only way he gets back into the fold, is if he really does genuinely apologise big time. Your Absolution says, it's too late to apologise. It's too late. Too late to apologise. Sancho, you lazy bastard. That's what Ten Hag will say in response to him. That's a fair point. Nice one, Your Absolution. I like your style. Think he might end up mowing Mrs. Hag's lawn, if you know what I mean. Vincent, there's no need to go there, bud. There's no need to go there. That's definitely not going to get him back into the team, is it? That's going to see him loaned out. That's going to see him loaned out like Wilfried Zaha under David Moyes. You know what I mean? That's going to see him sacked off immediately, bro, to Altrincham FC. That's not the answer, bud. Crikey. You what? By the way, we've got over 100 legends in here right now. Do us a favour if you're just joining us, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. It only takes a second, girl, to fall in love. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. Hit the thumbs up, share it around, get yourself in there raw, subscribe to the channel if you're new. But yes, do hit the likes on it because it does help us boost up there on the algorithm, my friends. And we will be covering the rest of the news now. So I'm going to move on from Sancho. Just wanted to talk about that because Ten Hag was asked about it in the presser, of course. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating that we still are dealing with that situation. I just can't believe that Jadon Sancho has not apologised. Simon says Sancho has free speech. The hell with apologising. Big board members wanting Ten Hag fired. Well, Ten Hag's not going to get fired, mate. There's no such thing as a bang average player being more important than the manager. You know, let's be honest now. I mean, even if Sancho was one of the best performing players at the football club, it's still the manager who's the number one daddy around these parts, mate. And you've got to be supportive of the main man, the coach. But certainly a player who's absolutely bang average and shite and doesn't perform for you doesn't really have much of a say. I mean, the reality is that Ten Hag set a standard and a professional sort of level that the players have to meet. And if that's not being met, it doesn't matter who you are. You saw the same with Cristiano Ronaldo, who's actually 10 times the player of Jadon Sancho. And we all know what happened there as well. So yes, Sancho has freedom of speech. Cool. But if he wants to speak freely and publicly condemn the manager and say that he's a liar, essentially, then he best be prepared to sit it out and wait in the reserves and train on his own and not play for Manchester United ever again. So that's the reality. He's got two options here, really, Simon. He either apologises, bites the bullet, maybe worms his way back in over an extended period of time, or that's it for him at Manchester United, and he doesn't play for us, he doesn't train with us, and he's just sat around playing FIFA until bloody 3 a.m. and never plays for the football club again and just ends up getting a move at some point and we take a massive loss on him. That's basically the only way that it happens, really, Simon, lad. So, yeah, exactly. Superstar says Sancho can sod off. He's rubbish anyway. I agree. I mean, let's ask the live chat then, guys. Smash a 1 in the chat if you are really wanting Jadon Sancho at the football club and you want him to be brought back into the side. Smash a 2 if you don't really give a toss and you think that he should just be sold or sacked off at this stage, that he's more trouble than he's worth. Let us know, because, like I say, if it was actually a fantastic player, if he was performing like a lion for us, then it would be a lot of people putting 1s in the live chat. But because he's actually bang average and he's too big for his boots, people, I think, have just given up on Jadon Sancho. It's not like he's an amazing player for us. If he was, it would be a little bit different. But he's not. Lots of 2s coming in the live chat. Akindo Deco says 1 though. Momo says no. Johnny, Scujo, Matt, United, Raymond, Brian, Disco all say get rid. Eric says get rid, and Danny B. Who would want Sancho? I don't even think there's another team out there that does want Sancho based on his ego and based on the problems and the price tag and the wages. Akindeco get in there. Boomhauer as well. Yes, indeed. Aaron and Kieran say no. He deserves a 10-year contract for his hard work and dedication. I like your style. Okay. So, look, the Jadon Sancho situation is what it is. He's not going to be playing anytime soon. Let's move on then to the big news of the day, which is Manchester United, a.k.a. Statement FC. Dum, 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 dum. The soap opera continues at Manchester United, guys. We have got a statement on Antony. Manchester United officially discussing this before this press conference today. Ten Hag was asked about it and he just said, I will refer to the statement that Manchester United released earlier. I'm not saying any more on it. Basically, apart from he was asked about when he will return. And we'll get into that in a moment. But the club have now provided an official statement update on Antony dos Santos. And we'll get into that now. I'll just pop that up on the screen, well, most of it, and I'll read the rest of it out. So this is what Manchester United have issued following this situation with Antony. Obviously, we know yesterday that he was speaking to Greater Manchester Police. There he is over on the right there, guys, who that's him pictured leaving a police station there. And he looked very much, I guess, happy, happy, not happy, but certainly doesn't look like somebody who's about to face criminal prosecution or anything. He looks like somebody who's got a bit of a smile on his face. He's seemingly had a good old chat with them, and I think probably there's an understanding here that he's going to be fine. That's kind of what I think, because why the hell would Manchester United, if they really believed that this guy was going down, or if this guy was going to face serious issues when it comes to being prosecuted for domestic abuse, why would they even let him back into the side at all? And why would he be smiling and all this stuff? So I think that there's a good indication here that Antony will be okay. Now, we don't know that for sure, and as I said, we just want justice, don't we? Of course, he's a Manchester United player. We want what's best for Manchester United. He's an £85 million asset, essentially. He's 10 hours golden child, and we want him playing for Manchester United, even if he's fucking bang average himself. But he has had some off-the-field issues to contend with, of course, as we know, and that can hinder his on-the-field performances, I suppose. So maybe there's still a lot more to come from Antony dos Santos once all this whole episode and this gash saga is behind him. But this is what the statement said from Manchester United anyway. They said, since allegations were first made in June, Antony has cooperated with police inquiries in both Brazil and the UK, and he continues to do so. As Antony's employer, Manchester United has decided that he will resume training at Carrington and will be available for selection, while police inquiries proceed. This will be kept under review, pending further developments in the case. As a club, we condemn acts of violence and abuse. We recognise the importance of safeguarding all those involved in this situation and acknowledge the impact these allegations have on survivors of abuse. Okay, so interesting. So Man United changing their stance entirely here. The previous stance was, well, we're going to give him a leave of absence to, I guess, safeguard, like they said, sufferers of abuse, and also safeguard Antony and safeguard the potential victim in this instance. What has changed? What's changed during that period of time? Well, something must have changed. I personally think something must have changed. So, okay, we know that Antony and Ten Hag have a strong relationship. He brought him over from Ajax. He brought him to Ajax initially as well, and he's brought him to his new club. So they obviously are quite close in that regard. So that could have an indication of, or that could have an effect on the matter. But also, I could be reading a bit too much into this, but I think Manchester United are fairly confident that Antony is going to be fine in this regard and he's not going to be found guilty in the long run, because I think it's a massive gamble from the football club to just allow this guy back in if he's about to get done for some sort of domestic abuse, That's what I think. I think that the club's probably got enough to say that this guy's going to be okay, and maybe some of these allegations are absolutely outrageous. I mean, there was one that was taken last week that was basically just retracted, wasn't it? One of these allegations towards Antony in Brazil that happened in a car of an alleged assault that Antony committed on a woman. She had to retract it because there was another statement that was made with the police at the time, which basically said that they were she was having a fight with somebody else in the car, another woman, and Antony tried to split them up, and that was basically what that was all about. And it turns out that was a load of shite, and there was just some bullshit allegation, somebody jumping on the bandwagon with all this stuff going on because they saw an opportunity there. But once it became apparent that there was actual police record of that incident, and it completely, creating the innocence of Antony there, essentially, that had to go away. And so maybe it's just another situation like that. So who really knows? Obviously, we can't play judge and jury on this channel. Not at all. But what do you think, guys? Smash a 1 if you think that Man United must be confident that Antony's going to be fine and get away, and, well, not get away with it, because hopefully he hasn't done anything, but get off of any of these charges or anything. Smash a 1 if you think that they must be very confident that Antony is innocent. Otherwise, surely they wouldn't do that, would they? Surely they've got to be confident that he's innocent. They're not going to let this guy come back, be the target of abuse from rival fan bases, and represent Manchester United, our institution, and represent us if they are not more or less 99% confident here that this guy's going to be proven innocent. So I say, get in there, my son. That's what I say. Yeah, a lot of you guys agree with me as well, that it's more than likely that he will be found innocent in this situation. Exactly. Tommy Boyle says, lawyers will have told the Rosas there is friggles she can do because there is no extradition agreement with UK and Brazil. Took us 25 years to get Ronnie Biggs back to prosecute. He'll be back. Nice one. Okay, well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it, though, is that he's got Brazilian authorities, though, that are... There's authorities in Brazil that are investigating a matter over there, I suppose, right? And then there's authorities in England, aka the Greater Manchester Police, which have received allegations from his ex, Gabriella Cavallin, in regards to this whole situation, and they have done their due duty, I suppose, in investigating these allegations. And these stem back from a incident in a hotel some time ago where her breast implant was dislodged or something along these lines, and there was some sort of a fracas reportedly, allegedly. So that's basically what that is. It's like there's two different countries looking at this for two different incidents. Obviously, you can't have the same incident being what's the word I'm looking for here? It's you can't have both incidents that are taking place, obviously, in both countries. It will be the individual authorities in each country that will be looking at the cases of the alleged crimes in each individual territory, right? So yeah, you're absolutely right in that regard. But also, I mean, look, it just seems like there's not too much to go at there for Gabriella Cavallin, his ex. If Man United are prepared to bring this guy back in. Yeah, exactly. Oh, says Man United knows something we don't, mate. There's no evidence, I reckon. Exactly. Or the only evidence that is available is the evidence that clears Antony. I mean, we saw Antony's statement when all of these allegations first came out, and Antony was pretty clear that he was an innocent man, and he said he has all the information required to prove his innocence, and he shared even screenshots and things like that. He did an immediate interview on television, which is not really the signs of somebody who is guilty of anything, really. It's quite odd. I mean, you never know, but most people would stay quiet and allow their lawyers to go through the process and stuff. He's straight out there in the public eye talking about the matter and protesting his innocence. So I think you're right, Ulf. I think Man United have been made privy to all of the information available. They're happy that there is no chance of prosecution. They're happy that he is innocent. And if you look at Antony's smile in this picture after coming out of the police station, pictured yesterday, look at this. Breaking Antony was seen leaving the police station 5 hours after his arrival. Voluntarily headed to the station to face questions regarding Gabriella Cavallin's claims. Repeatedly denied the allegations. So he looks pretty content there, doesn't he? He doesn't look like a man who's got the world on his shoulders, who's got issues of potential, being incarcerated on his mind. He looks pretty chilled out. And I think what's happened there is he's handed all of the necessary information, which probably proves his innocence, over to the police, and he's discussed this. And because of that, he's feeling a bit more chilled out. And since then, he's shared all of this latest information with Manchester United and Ten Hag and everybody involved at the football club that's required to know about all of this stuff. And the employer has decided that, yeah, he's more than likely going to be absolutely fine, and it seems like he's innocent. So I do think this is an indication that Antony's innocent, but we can never know. Obviously, we've got to let the authorities conduct their own investigations, of course, and then once that's happened, I'm sure it'll be squashed. But there you go. Edgio4 Odom, thank you very much indeed for the 10 AED super chat, my son. With a fist bump, mate. Get in there, my son. Let's get some love hearts in there for Edgio4. Thank you so much, very much indeed, for the super sticker there of the fist bump, mate. Get in there. Appreciate it. Let's get some mad love in the live chat there for Edgio4. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat. Super Edgio4. Get in there. Much love, much love. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, exactly. Can only be tried in the country the crime took place. Precisely. But there are other allegations, of course, from Gabriella Cavallin that there were some assault accusations made within the UK as well, happening in a UK hotel. So, there's stuff that's alleged in Brazil and there's stuff that's alleged in England. Now, it seems like it's pretty hard for them to prove any of those that they actually happened, in all fairness. Hey, thank you very much indeed there. Look out for another £5 super chat here. Thank you very much there. Look out, says Don Piglioni. The slab will be swimming with the fishes, and all the other melts will be doing the same. The Dutch mafia boss manager knows. You come to me on the eve of my daughter's wedding, and you ask me for an opinion on Harry Maguire for money. To be honest with you, look out. Harry Maguire's going to be playing some football for Man United over the next few weeks, I think. I really do. Because, of course, Martinez is injured. What happens if Varane gets injured? It's going to be back to the old shite. It's going to be Maguire and Lindo as a potential duo at the back. Thankfully, we have got Johnny Evans, and I think Johnny Evans is better than Maguire. I mean, let's ask the chat, like, so who would you play? Let's just say there is some injury issues that continue to happen. Who would you play if say, Varane's not available as a back two? Who would you play? Would you go back to that tried and tested shit of Maguire and Lindelof? Or would you go with Evans and Lindelof? I would definitely go with Evans and Lindelof because I just think Maguire's proven to be a bit of a Jonah. He can do a job here and there, you know, he can. He's a big slab of a man, but he's too error prone. And I think he's almost guaranteed to get you an own goal every other game, this twat. So, you know, I don't think we can really play him at the moment. He's just too much of a bad luck vibe, really. Johnny Evans not slabby, says Kieran. Evans and Lindelof says, yeah, Joshua. Minan says Red Olsen. Probably rather Yanan, to be fair. You would play Maguire even if all are fit, says Sarah Mellor. You what? Are you a Liverpool scummer? Yeah, that's right. So she was due to travel and talk to, you know, the English authorities as well. Evans says, look out, we talked about that yesterday. Gabriella Cavalier obviously said she would travel, I think next week, wasn't it? But you're saying she's in the country now. Interesting. But we did see a report yesterday that said that she'd be talking to Great Manchester Police next week to discuss the latest, or to discuss her side of things. You would never pick Maguire, says Dark Mima. Evans and Lindelof, says Travis. Evans, says Ronster. Evans and Liddell, says Tommy Boyle. Maguire with Gloria Estefan, says you are. Neither rather play the dog, says Danny. Get in there. Ten Hag and Evans, says King Boomy. Oh, says Evans, hands down. He was brilliant at Albion. Is still better than them. Yeah, I agree with you, 793. Very talented player. Won the lot. Knows what it's like to be a United player. And look at his performance the other day against Burnley. Still looks very good. In fact, he got the man of the match, if you ask me. It wasn't a great overall team performance from United, but he was the best player on the pitch, if you ask me, which tells you a bit, doesn't it? Evans, Lindelof is better. Evans is calmer in defence. Spot on, spot on. Sadly, Evans is better. Still shite, but better than Slabby, says Bruce. Well, a good player, but, you know, 35 years of age now. Can't be at his prime, but still better than Slabby. Yeah, Andrew Cole says Evans over the Slab any day. Please not Maguire and Lindo, says Disco Dave. Yeah. She's desperate, says Duncan Belifo. Thank you, T-Mail, says just tuned in. Smashed a like immediately. Mate, thank you very much there, T-Mail. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. If you're just joining, guys, do hit the like button like T-Mail's done there. We are currently on 64 likes. You what? Bacon Brigade. Assemble! Let's get this sucker to 100 thumbs ups and hit the like. It helps us compete with clickbait wankers and corporations. So drop a cheeky little thumbs up in the channel if you haven't done so. I'd rather Casper the Ghost instead of Slabby, says Kevin Kilban. Why did we sell Evans? Oh, I don't know. Was it Louis van Gaal who sold Johnny Evans, if I remember correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong. But there was a period of time where we got rid of a few players, and it was a little bit questionable as to why we did that. Don't really know why we did. I think we got rid of Chicharito Hernandez during that era as well. We got rid of Danny Welbeck, which, no, okay, he's not the craziest player to lose. But at the time, it wasn't necessary. At the time, he was a good workhorse for the team. He was playing in a whole host of different positions. He was a Manchester United Academy product. We should have probably kept Danny Welbeck. We also should have kept Chicharito. We also should have kept Robin van Persie. Robin van Persie, okay, he was getting on a little bit, but he ended up going to, was it Fenerbahce or somewhere in Turkey? And he was good for another season. He was an absolute amazing player. Yeah, he had a couple of injury issues and that kind of thing. Crikey, what a player. We should have never really got rid of RVP. We should have kept him for another year as well. So, pretty strange. I think that was pretty strange in general. Nani too, says Chris Baker. Yeah, so we got rid of a lot of players. Yeah, that tit also sold Chicharito. I was so pissed about that. Yeah, he went to Leverkusen, didn't he? Very strange behaviour, mate. I agree. Like, what is that all about? Very odd. And we should have kept a whole host of those players, to be fair. So Evans probably should have stayed. Chicharito definitely should have stayed. Danny Welbeck probably should have stayed. It was very bizarre. Evans should have 2 goals to his name already, and goals is what we're in short supply of. Yeah, that's true as well. He definitely had a good chance in regards to that headed opportunity that was ruled out. That's true as well. Get Van Gaal, says you are. I like my players to be horny. Anyway, so yes, there you go. We've got some options there at the back, but none of which are perfect options. Raphael should have stayed as Batman Night fan. There's another one as well. Okay, thanks guys for having your say there. I'm just going to move on very quickly with a couple little bits and bobs of information that we've got. Nothing major here, but it does look like it does look like Manchester United are looking at one or two players in January, maybe, like Chiesa, for instance, we've talked about. I'm not going to really dwell too much on that, but that is a link that we discussed briefly yesterday. And also, maybe we should just give more youngsters opportunities. So there's talks that Gore is going to join Ten Hag's agency, or the agency that represents Ten Hag, SEG. Quite interesting, and representing Dan Gore. You know, he looks like a good talent for the future. Hopefully he's going to have a good future. Hannibal Mejbri contract is being discussed and being readied apparently as well. Another good player, youngster who's had a really good time of it recently under United and deserves a chance in the team. We've also got news that, you know, that the the potential... oh, shit, I've cracked my phone. Oh, bollocks. How's that happened? Oh, shit. Oh, God. I just realised I cracked my bloody phone screen, guys. Piss poor. Nightmare. Anyway, so I drop it on the floor all the time in this room, to be fair. I've broken my bloody phone screen. Shit. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see, mate, but can you see that? Wait, let me get the light on it so you can see. Hang on. See there, guys? See there? There. It's broken from the button all the way to the side there. Can you see that? Fucking hell. Anyway, no, this is just an SE 2020. It's only a small crack, but it's still cracked from there to there, you see. There to there. It's gash. Oh, no. Batman says, I don't see anything. Oh, yeah, now I see, says Gavin. Yeah, it's cracked along the bottom there, guys. Cracked along the bottom there. It's not too bad, but you can sort of see the line there. Anyway. Nightmare, absolute nightmare. It's no problem. It's still functional. It's still functional, but that is fucking annoying though. Anyway, so there you go. Probably the screen protector, says Wazza. I don't think I've got a screen protector on this one, mate. No, I should have done, shouldn't I? I got this case, this gash case on it, but no. Oh, damn it. Anyway, never mind. Should have had a screen protector on it, lad. Got a screen protector on my other one. Never mind. Right. Anyway. Carabao Cup 4th round tie against Newcastle now has a date of fixture as well, which is the 1st of November. It's on the 1st of November, kicking off at 8:15. It's live on Sky Sports. That has been announced as well. So just wanted to tell you that. Right, anyway, I think, you know, it's a very slow news day. It's just the Ten Hag presser reaction and the team news. Obviously, Martinez out injured, absolutely gashed. If you're just getting in the stream, that's the big news. And obviously, Antony brought back into the side. I'm going to get into the live chat now, see what you legends think about anything we've discussed on this vid today. So do have your say, get your thoughts and opinions in. I'm over on the gaming channel as well, Flying Pig Gaming, in like 10 minutes time or so to discuss... not discussed, to play the latest game and check out the new 6 PM update over there. So make sure you come and join us for the FIFA stream as well, or EA FC 24 stream, whatever you want to call it. We'll be on there playing some games shortly. Typical Apple shite. Oh, I agree, mate. 100%. I literally dropped this. This is Samsung S21. I've dropped this one about 70 million times and it's still trucking along. No problems. Thank you, you are. Definitely not, Wazza. Definitely not. Bristolian Mac and get in there, my son. Right, get your thoughts and opinions in. I'm just going to stick around for a few minutes and discuss whatever you want to talk about. Make sure you hit that like button. Give us a share around as well. Devilish good looks can crack a screen, says Disco Dave. You know it, you know it. Team Galaxy, that's right, Stephen Shipman. Yes, King Boomy says retweet chat. I'm going to go check out the reposts on Twitter. The link is at the top of live chat. Shout out everyone that's retweeted the show. It does help us out. We've had 10 retweets. Stephen Braun, Kieran, Aaron Homeyard, Tommy Boyle, Ryan Downton, Ryan Burberspin 9, Michael Paul, Vincent Bullock, Kane, and Boomy. Thank you so much to you legends who've retweeted the show. It does genuinely help us out, so thanks for sharing that around. Much appreciated. And Jarvis Cocker as well. Get in there, my son. Thank you, everybody who's retweeted the show. I do appreciate it. You're a bunch of legends. Going to get in there raw now with the live chat. Have your say. Let's discuss it, and let's be having you. So I can only stick around a few minutes though, guys, because I am going to be very late for the gaming channel stream. Thank you, Shane Oliver. I appreciate you. Android's the way to go. I'm an Android man as well, lad. 100%. Put the lights on, says Duncan. I mean, I just use this one basically to control my tweets thing. So as you can see here, I've got this little thing here, which is not connecting at the moment for some unknown reason, which is annoying. But that controls, you know, these things. I could use the keyboard as well, but that controls those Twitter things. And I just press these things here, and then it works. So I basically just use this as like a stream controller type thing. whilst I'm monitoring the chat and the stream on my other device here, you see. So, yeah. Anyway, right. Phone emojis could do with an update, says Gavin. Oh, they're old school, aren't they? Yeah. Vincent Bullock, thank you for being a member for 12 months, mate. What a lad. 12 months a member of this channel. That's a whole year, bud. Let's get hashtag 12 in there for Vincent. Thank you, bro, for getting your highlighted comment in here as well. He says, I'm going on the game tomorrow, but Brentford game I will be in the official match programme in the fan gallery as it's my birthday on the 10th of October. Fantastic, mate. Hope you have a great day for both those days, lad. That is awesome, bro. That is awesome. Enjoy it, Vincent Bullock, lad. Enjoy it. Let's be having you, Vincent. Thank you so much for being a member for a year, man. I do appreciate it, lad. What an absolute lad. Paula says, Reguilon was supposed to be sick, not injured. What's going on with the change now? Well, it seems like he's picked up some sort of a knock. I mean, it does seem like he's going to be assessed tomorrow after the training, basically. Also, I forgot to say, but Eric Ten Hag obviously gave us an update as well on when Antony will be back. I forgot to say this, actually. And he said that he will be returning to training on Saturday. We make the statement, so I refer to the statement. Everything has been made clear in the statement. We'll focus on the games. He will do as well. So Saturday, tomorrow, he's back training. He won't be available for selection, I very much doubt. You never know, but I very much doubt he will be. But he is available for selection, though. But he won't be. I doubt he'll be selected in the game, of course, because he's been out for a while, hasn't been training properly, and he's probably not conditioned or fit right now. So he needs a week in training, doesn't he? But very soon you should see the return of Antony to the first team. Mate, thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, Vincent, and thanks for being a 12-month member, you legend. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Happy advanced birthday. Get in, Vincent Bullock. Vincent, enjoy the game, says Batman. Travis has spilt my drink now. Nightmare, lad. All over your keyboard, hopefully not. Ten Hag should play the same team at last game, adding Bruno. Please don't put caps in the live chat, Paula, there. Howard Garrick says, has been a member for 6 months as well. Thank you, Howard Garrick. Get some love in there and a hashtag 6 for Howard. Thank you very much indeed. We need the number boosters, Red Olsen. Let's get a hashtag 6. Thank you, Howard. I do appreciate it. Reguilon looked like he had a hamstring in the last game, but they said he was ill. I don't know, Jay Fader's pretty bizarre, isn't it? Apple are a joke, mate. What's the matter? What's happened? Come here. Get Greenwood back ASAP. Come here, I can't hear you. Eric Ten Hag deserves a personal trophy, gets top 4. What's happened? You burnt your hand. Oh, shit. Run it under the tap. Mrs. P damaging herself in the kitchen there. Just on the desk, and it was only water, so I can't taste anything, so might as well have water, says Travis. Right. Nice one, Travis. Thanks for the update, mate. No caps there, Paula. You do that again, you're going to get timed out. Paula Chin. 3-2 went over Palace. I'll renew my membership when I can get some spare cash, says Gavin. I hope you feel better soon, though, Travis. Yeah, the COVID's no fun, is it, lad? It's no fun. I'm going to wrap this stream up, guys. We've got to do I'm set up on my gaming channel for Q2, which is in 3 minutes' time. So we'll pop over there, everyone. Please do us a big favour. Follow us over there. We're doing a gaming channel stream. I will get you the link to the gaming channel now. Please come over and hang out with us and hang out and watch some FIFA, guys. You know it makes sense. We'll be on there in 3 minutes' time, so come and join us. But that's the end of the news stream today. Thank you, Travadino. Thank you, everyone else, for getting in here. Raw EAFC 24 stream here. Boom. There's the link. Come and join us here, guys, and I will be on there in a few minutes' time. We're going to be playing the game there. That's the latest news. We'll be back on again at 10 p.m. tonight with a proper preview for the Crystal Palace game, etc. Giving you the predictions, updates, Man United news, team news that comes out late on as well, and lineup predictions, starting 11 predictions, all that sort of stuff. Thank you, everyone. Cheers, guys. Thank you, Jay Fader, Travis. Oh, nice one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, saw something about that, actually. Revamp of scouting and recruitment. We need a big revamp, don't we? Get in there, Zip, Brucey, Travis, and everyone. Batman, Ulster, Disco Dave, Gavin, Vincent Bullock, Stephen Shipman. Can you send us the link for a Twitter so we can retweet that one as well? I've already, oh yes, I can put that in the chat. I'll put the FIFA stream in the new chat on the gaming channel. There you go, guys. That's the end of this show. Come back afterwards. Get your thoughts and opinions in about Antony and if you think he's innocent, etc. or whatever. And what you feel about that. Some people might feel a little bit like torn about it. Some people might even be a bit annoyed about the fact that Jadon Sancho's out in the cold and Antony, with these allegations hanging over him, has been welcomed back into the side. So it's possible, isn't it, that there is going to be some people not happy about it. But I think it's a good indication that they're confident that Antony is innocent. Get in there, my son. Come back, have your say, smash the like button before you go. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe button, drop a bell icon, smash as well. That way you'll get the notifications. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. Also, check out the links in the description to all the social medias. Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All those places. Follow the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube as well. We're going to be over there in 2 minutes' time. So come and join us at this link in the live chat. I'm going to pin it to the top of the live chat as well. Click that link and I'll see you in 2. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it for this show. Have your say afterwards, and I'll catch you in a few minutes. Back again at 10 o'clock tonight with a late night Friday night Manchester United news update. See you then. Thanks for watching, and remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.